Hello, Amzur team. Joel Richmond here from Chameleon Software. We're based out of Tampa, Florida. We provide an ERP solutions to small, medium-sized businesses, and we have a partnership with Amzur in our research and development teams and our support and technical support teams. And so our partnership, while I've only been at Chameleon for 2 years, our partnership with Amzur runs pretty deep. I think we've used them for 10 years or so, and I've known Bala and Amani for approximately 20 years or so. So the partnership is well established. Like I said, I've been with Chameleon Software for about 2 years now, and so far the partnership has been going great. The monthly meetings I have with the executive team keeps everything in a smooth running path, and so that's one of the things that we'd like to continue to do, and I'm sure we will, is to have those meetings kind of flushes out any issues or any problems that we would have. And so, you know, two examples that I want to give of why the relationship and the partnership works so well is we had an opportunity to take and make our development and coding process a little bit more efficient by implementing GitHub. And so we were going from an old MKS software versioning tool and SVN, another software versioning tool, kind of putting them all together and then moving that to GitHub in one repository. And so the cool thing about the relationship is I was able to reach into Amzur and get the people that work with GitHub already, kind of show me how they use it in other businesses and how they use it internally. And so really laid the groundwork for me to put the process into GitHub and get everything working. And so that was certainly a better experience when we were able to move everything to GitHub. And so the other kind of partnership I'd like to mention is when a customer came to us and said they wanted to make a process more efficient in their accounts payable, and today they have some AI and bots running it. We reached into Stackion and Amzur and said, okay, they have this process. It's a little archaic. How do we improve on it and how do we build on it? And so we're now working with the Stackion team to see how we can improve that process and make that more efficient, and then put that inside of our Chameleon offering. And so there's two examples of how the relationship works well and the partnership. And so far, very pleased with that relationship. And so I'll close out the call with that. Again, thanks for allowing me to speak to this group. Hopefully everybody has a good weekend. Thank you.
Hello, this is Brad Prater from GP Techware. I was asked to say a few words today about our company and our platform. Our platform, the one that's known as EDO to you guys internally, or maybe you call it Maps Technologies, which is our client. Well, anyway, before I get started, I just wanted to say thank you to the entire Amzur team and management for giving me a chance to say hello. Also, to all of you that worked on our project over the past year in what has been an unprecedented global pandemic. I know this was a challenging year, but yet you guys still stayed focused on our project, even through all these difficult challenges. And for this, we're really grateful. And just getting right to it, and just to close the gap, in case you don't know, the EDO application is a business process management, and sales automation platform. Now, in 2021, we accomplished a great deal. We completed our phase one, which is the base level application, however, it contains some highly complex technical automations and business logic. So that was challenging to get just right, but we did it together and we accomplished the mission. And then we moved on to phase 1.1, which added a portal, some enhanced communications and business functionality. We also completed 2 native mobile applications of both iOS and Android. And we also commenced phase 2 in 2021. We're working on that now, and we're actually considering making a change to the low-code platform, but that's another whole discussion here I'll talk about in a bit. In looking back, we accomplished a great deal. Aside from these phases and the related sprints, we greatly expanded the scope and the target markets of this product. Initially, we were focused on economic development organizations, and then we included chambers of commerce. Then we figured out how to amend the product to be just for membership-based organizations as well, and then nonprofits. Now, small and mid-sized businesses. We have quite a few SMBs, as we call them, on board already. We also have a small bank. We actually have a rural hospital on board, and we actually have a chance to bring on another 18 hospitals after we finish making the platform HIPAA compliant, with something we're working on now. Once again, more about that in a little bit. Now, these accomplishments were the result of the organized and dedicated collaboration and teamwork between Amzur, GP Techware, and our client Maps Technologies. Now that I say that, please know that we did face challenges in the development process, as with any project. And I have to say, we progressed through the year, with efficiencies and quality improving, which was awesome. I can say the biggest changes occurred after Ghana was brought on board, and then who was followed shortly thereafter by Venkata. It was really their focus on process organization, making sure we had the right resources, even with me arguing with them, and them saying, hey, this is what you need. And they were right. Resulted in a much smoother phase 2 process. The biggest result we have seen is that QA is catching issues before we even get to see the new development in UAT. And that's a shout out to you, Baloo. Good job to you and your team. We really appreciate it. Now, while naming names, the first two people I need to recognize and I want to recognize for their contributions are Surya and Priyanka. These two individuals are the ones we speak and communicate with every day. Sometimes even if they don't want to. I'm just kidding. I first have to say it's been a total pleasure working with Surya. I've known him for quite a while now. We've worked with each other for quite a few years, 2 years alone on this project. Surya, know that I trust you, and please keep up the great work. Any time of the day or night, this guy takes my messages, and I do the same for him. So I'm looking forward to continuing the journey. Now, Priyanka, she's been serving as our business analyst. She has brought organization to the chaos of client wants, needs, specifications. She's done a great job really translating what we want into technical terms and bridging that gap back and talking a language that everybody on our side understands. So thank you for everything you've done. You're very talented and out-of-the-box thinker, and much more detail-oriented than I ever hoped to be. I also want to recognize Baloo again. Once again, you and your team have done a great job, excellent job in phase 2. This has taken a tremendous amount of pressure off our team. It's also enabled us to stay focused on other areas and so we can grow our business. So please keep that up. I think, if I had to go back and identify, this has been the biggest single differentiator versus, some of our other phases. But once again, it's been incrementally getting better. Part of that has been having the right resources and also communication. It's a two-way street back and forth. So it's a total team effort from beginning to end. From the technical side, Manish, I really like your style in problem solving. Instead of saying a quick no to difficult problems, you've demonstrated yourself to be an out-of-the-box problem solver. So thank you for that. And Harry, although I haven't talked with you lately, I know you've been busy with the dev team. Thank you for all your hard work and dedication. And you're a complex problem solver, and that's been a total, valuable resource for our team. And VJ, thank you for your efforts on the front end. I can't wait to push the next sprint out to production. It looks good. But I really can't wait to get your full design implemented. So that's going to be awesome. I just also want to say to many of you I haven't met, and I know you're working on our project. Some of you I have met, but I think I'm fairly confident that there's many more people I haven't met than I have met. If this applies to you, please accept our sincere thank you from GP Techware and the Maps Technologies team. Your efforts have made a difference. I just want to say a quick word on where we're going, or at least what is our plan for the coming year. We're just completing Sprint 7, so it's about halfway through Phase 2. What we're discussing now is moving our high code platform over to Stackion. Now, first know that we believe that low code is the future. Not no code, but low code. I'm not a believer in no code. I just believe that you need some customization. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Uh, this low code platform is what Amzur is built with Stackion. Now, I'm confident in making this change because it was built by Amzur, by your organization. Now, if we trust Amzur to build our high code platform, we obviously would trust them with their own low code platform. So, in an environment where everything's moving faster, the ability to add new features quickly and open new verticals with less cost, less time is a smart decision, especially for a growth company like ours. Now, I think this is the wave of the future, and Amzur is well positioned to capitalize on this trend. And I'm just very happy that we're going to be an early adopter and that we can be part of the trend. Anyway, I think I'm over my time, so I'm going to stop it here. But before I do, thank you again to the entire Amzur family. I look forward to talking about the great accomplishments we've made together in 2022 when I speak to you next year. Thank you very much again. And until then, I wish you and your families well. Bye-bye.
Hello everyone, I am Srini from Optum. Some of you may know me already. Best wishes to the Amzur's annual event and hoping you all are having fun and celebrating what you all achieved in the past 1 year. I was asked about few questions from the client's perspective and my thoughts on how the engagement with the Amzur team as a whole is. I want to take this moment to appreciate all the hard work that you all guys did for Optum. You guys made a big difference for us in the especially last 1 year. In fact, the engagement was there for pretty much the last 7 years with with us. That's Optum. One other thing I want to tell the Amzur Optum team members is you all are we all look at you as our own team members, though you are part of Amzur, and that's the ease that the Amzur's management gave us, and you guys gave that feeling to us. Coming back to the questions, right? What impact has the engagement with Amzur on the Optum's business, right? I would like to say the first most important one is the NPS scores. We at Optum, we have the Net Promoter scores that we track from our clients. Some of the deliverables we made, they really improved our Optum workers' comps scores. Due to the better quality delivery of the IT projects, we were able to deliver the projects on time. Then the business, though they don't directly interact with the team members other than the product owners from the business side of it, they recognize, they could see the work all that is done by the team members, and they appreciate all the work and making sure the projects and the initiatives are implemented. Now, moving on, the second question, what surprised you most about your experience in the engagement? Now, one thing that is clearly visible to us from the Optum leadership perspective and my team members that closely work with you guys is the ownership. The team members, the Amzur team members, they have that responsibility and ownership when they take the project. We don't need to worry about day to day how they are doing, did they finish the job or not. We don't need to track from the onshore team perspective, and the team has excellent collaboration, and the teamwork is it's really awesome. That's what our engagement with the Amzur is. And then moving on, what would you rate Amzur's team in terms of technical expertise, flexibility, and availability? I would give them definitely 5 stars. Pretty much most of them. They call them the rock stars, right? So the it's just not completing the development of any initiative. They came to us with better solutions, did the research, did the POC on our behalf. There is a new technology that we should be using. They came to us with that, and they collaborated with our architecture team, and that was really awesome. And from the flexibility and availability perspective, I would say, especially during the critical phases of our projects, where projects tend to get red alert stages when we try to deliver. They worked extended time. They worked during day and night times, and some of the team members, we do see them online until like a 4 p.m. Eastern time, which is which is pretty much our closing time. They made sure they're available when the project is, especially when the project is at the critical phase of the delivery. That we definitely appreciate a lot. Some of our biggest implementations are very successful because of all those hard work, extended time that the Amzur team members were able to give us. All right. Moving on, the next question: what was the biggest achievement of the team so far? And I would take the most recent example where the last year actually. There was a huge implementation. This is our biggest client in the history of workers' comp, Optum's workers' comp. And we had to do 3 brand new web applications. There is a lot of new technologies, new learning that needs to be done as part of it, given the scope of the implementation. In fact, that implementation has 96 projects as part of that implementation. The team, we were able to achieve that on time just because of the Amzur's team members' hard work, and that was the biggest achievement, I would say. In fact, the other example I would give as part of it is, I know one of the team, they were working on this big client implementation. While working on in parallel, they were onboarding another application which we are moving from a different team to the Amzur team. They took all the knowledge transfer, and they were able to do all this in parallel. I would appreciate all of that. Again, best of luck for the Amzur's team. Best wishes. You guys are rock stars, and we hope to continue to work for a long time, years ahead. And thank you again. Best wishes.